Hi y'all, good afternoon. Um, it's Monday, it's a Monday afternoon, and I've just been on my Facebook looking at a lot of my crochet groups. I belong to a bunch of groups for new crochet artists. And while I'm not technically a brand new crocheter, I do learn new things on and off every once in a while. And it's good to have a place to go where I can say, hey, I don't understand this, help. And also, I can help the ones that are brand new that are trying to learn how to cast a foundation chain and get to that next step and what have you. Helping them understand things that they might be doing that are not quite right, things that what an easier way to do it might be. And also always encourage them, because it's really easy when you first get started to get frustrated and give up, because learning this craft is not easy. And when you have a different brain like I do, autistic and dyslexic, which makes reading patterns really fun, I don't bother, because I do this to relax and for entertainment, and trying to read a pattern to do something fancy, that's frustrating, not fun. So yeah, I just don't bother with that. But yes, I've seen a few posts in a couple of the groups that I belong to that folks are having issues creating a foundation chain that is workable. One of the things that is really, it's common. It's almost instinctive to do it, but it's counterproductive, is to pull your stitches as tight as you possibly can on your foundation chain, because you don't have anything else to go off of or anything else to work off of. The problem with doing that is it makes adding any other rows to your project that much harder. So hopefully I'm going to show you a way that you can avoid that, what it should look like, what you're shooting for. But to get that, you're going to have to practice. And you're going to have to fight the instinct to pull those stitches as tight as you can. One of the things that I do is I use a hook that is at least one size larger than the ball band on that yarn suggests. If it calls for a J hook, go for a K. If you're using finer yarns, whatever that is that the finer yarn calls for, go for the next size up, or the next two sizes up, depending on how fine you're working. I don't usually work with anything finer than a worsted, so the smallest hook I usually work with is a K hook. But yeah, you want to throw your knot however you do. The way that I do my knots is how I learned it from Mikey of the Crochet Crowd. He has a lot of really good tutorials and patterns and how-tos and things like that. So if you get stuck, he's a good resource that I find easy to understand. He's a little bit sassy, he's a little bit funny, he tries to be funny. Sometimes he is, sometimes he's not, but you know, his information is good, just right through his attempts to be funny. But yeah, throw your slip knot, get it on your hook, and you notice how I do not have this pulled tight. It is not at all tight. I've got a nice gap there. You want that. That's what you need. And then you yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And you notice I am not pulling that stitch tight. I'm letting it be loose. And actually, to help it be loose, I'm hanging on to my bottom knot, my slip knot that I made. There, it got a little bit bigger than what I wanted it to, so I loosened it up. But you always want it to stay loose enough that you can easily pull the tip of that hook through, and you're not fighting it. And when you're done, it'll look nice and loose like that. And I know this is going to feel wrong. I know it's going to feel weird. But you're at the very beginning of your learning process, so everything right now is going to feel weird. The hook's going to feel weird. It's all going to feel weird. And that's okay. And then what you do once you start trying is just keep going. Practice, practice, practice until you can get it to be nice and loose. You don't have to fight the tip of that hook through. And just hang on to at least 2 stitches down so that you can allow that to stay loose. And it's okay to struggle with it. I've been doing this for 15 years now, and I still make mistakes. I still fight with my hook. I still fight with my yarn. I have yarn split, and I have to deal with that. But yeah, just keep it loose. Loose is good, especially for that first foundation chain, because when you have it nice and loose, you don't have to force those next stitches in. And yes, a couple of my stitches got turned inside out. I've been doing this for 10 years, and it still happens. So 10, 15, however many years. I don't even know. But yeah, when you get your foundation chain nice and loose, it's not curved, it's not hooking, it's not deforming. It's nice and loose. And look how nice. Keep practicing. You can get here. This is doable. Getting to this point was really hard for this autistic chick. So if I can do it, you can do it. Just practice. And then if you think you've practiced enough, practice some more. Because that's how you get here. Right here. That's how you get here. You can do it. I believe in you.